welcome everybody to day 2 of the World Doubles Championship. My name's Pete Boyles and I'm joined today by TV's Al Ramsay. Al, how are you going?
Very well, Pete. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good, Al. I'm pretty grateful to 11 o'clock me last night going home, so feeling pretty sharp.
That was a good decision by 11 o'clock here.
Yep. So Al, I didn't catch much of yesterday's tennis, and for the viewers out there that aren't up to speed, do you reckon you could give us a summary of yesterday's play?
I certainly can. So the day obviously ended at 4 sets going to the Americans. Tim and Cam played very solidly throughout the day. Set scores were 6-4, 6-5, 6-5, 6-1. It was an interesting day's play. I don't really feel like either pair had any periods of great dominance. It was pretty tight, particularly those 2 5-all sets obviously were very tight. I think the Australians, Rob and Nick, were a little unlucky not to win the 3rd set there. And then Tim and Cam got on a bit of a roll in that last set there, and I think probably a little bit deflating for Rob and Nick too, having lost the 3rd set at 5-all and being already 3-love down. Big hill for them to climb today, obviously. I think particularly yesterday, Nick Howell was very strong and very steady. Served really well to Cam for the first 3 sets and returned very well. First 2 sets, Tim serving high serves to Rob, which were super effective. They were tight on the back wall, really limited Rob's ability to influence the match from his return of serve. And I think that was really telling in those first couple of sets.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the scores, mate, the 2 6-5s, we could be in a very different scenario going into today.
Yeah, that's right.
And, you know, Rob and Nick really should be saying to themselves, if they can come out, do really well in this first set, put some pressure on, they know that Tim and Cam would be thinking they've only just snuck out with a couple of sets, so it could be really game on pretty early today.
Could be. I mean, obviously, you know, Nick and Rob need to get off to a good early start today.
Absolutely critical. They're going to come out all guns blazing.
Yeah. And, you know, it was only last World Doubles 2 years ago where Rob, you know, was 4 sets to love up on the first day, and then Tim and Cam came back and won all 5 sets in the second day. So it is certainly possible, but Tim and Cam have been world champions in the doubles for a number of years now for a reason. They're certainly very solid and a great pairing, so it will be intriguing, but a big ask, I think, for Rob and Nick today.
Fantastic opportunity for Nick, who's, you know, game's come along a lot, just a huge amount in the last few years, to be playing at this level against these guys who are all multiple world champions in this format. You know,
yeah, absolutely. And, you know, certainly he's the most inexperienced player on the court, but you wouldn't have known it yesterday. He didn't show any sign of nerves. He played big on the big points and really held his own. So huge credit to him, I think.
I know when the 30-all, 5-all in the 5th set of their semi-final, I think, or somewhere around that, Nick had sort of got a reasonably gettable back wall railroad that he sort of drilled into the net, and I started to think, oh, you know, as the pressure got to him, then the very next ball he hit probably the shot of the match.
Yeah, that's
I suspect.
Right. Yeah.
So put that aside.
No, that's absolutely right. First 3 sets we saw Tim serving to Rob. Interestingly, Tim and Cam actually switched in the last set, despite having won the first 3 sets with that combo. And Tim started serving to Nick. It'll be interesting to see what they choose.
I'd be very surprised if whoever serves to Tim does too many railroads to him today.
Yeah, so interestingly, Rob actually started off most of the first set serving railroads to Tim, which Tim definitely got in a bit of a groove on. It was sort of halfway through the second set, Rob started serving some round serves and high serves, which I think made a difference.
Anything just to deny Tim any pace to work with.
Yeah,
just critical.
Absolutely. So Nick and Rob finished the last set down at the receiving end, so they'll be starting down there again today. So they'll have their choice of receiver when we get going.
So I'm sure all of the viewers are desperate to know about last night's dinner, Al.
You know, we had a fantastic dinner at Seagrass here in Hobart, down on Sandy Bay Beach, looking over the water. Had beautiful weather. Well attended dinner, and I think much enjoyment had by all. It's really been a fantastic week in Hobart. We've had a round robin handicap tournament running all the week, and the final is today of that as well. We had a great pro-am on Friday. It's really been a great buzz around the club all week with people playing tennis and watching some fantastic tennis throughout the World Doubles.
Okay, folks, I might use this opportunity while the players are changing ends. Quick update. First of all, welcome to the Hobart Real Tennis Club for day 2 of the World Doubles Championship final. Day 1 saw the match poised with Camden Riviere and Tim Chisholm leading the best of 9 set match, 4 sets to love so far, 6-4, 6-5, 6-1, 6-1, 6-5, 6-1. We're here for up to 5 sets today if needed. But otherwise, enjoy the match and we'll start shortly. Yeah, of course.
So, of course, our marker for today is Brett McFarlane, who marked yesterday, and our referee for the match is Graham Bradfield. Brett did an outstanding job yesterday and all through his marking throughout the tournament, as ever.
Interesting to note, last night out by popular demand, Brad is going to be the referee for the final.
Overwhelming feedback that he be at the referee's chair as opposed to the commentating chair. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's confidence in his refereeing ability, or more a reflection of his commentating?
I'll leave the viewers to comment on that. But
just for the record, because I know Bradders will listen back to this. I'm sure it's his refereeing ability.
Excellent referee.
Yeah. World class. What's your prediction for who's going to serve in return today? First up.
So I think Tim will serve first for Team USA, and I think we'll probably see Rob take Tim's serve. I think there isn't a great difference between the combos. I don't think there's necessarily an obvious advantage for either of the pairs to serve. So I think Rob will want to receive first, have that first game, but also when you get to 5-all, I think you want your best player either serving or returning. So yeah, my pick will be Tim serving to Rob. Now, Alistair Kelly and I obviously commentated yesterday and we made some predictions early on. Cone's prediction was 2-all, so he was wildly off. I went 3-1. Tim and Cam, I was only 1 point off that. Petey, what's your prediction for today? Do you think we'll see more than 1 set?
I certainly hope we see more than 1 set out.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll go out there. I reckon the Aussie boys will win the first set. But I'll be absolutely flabbergasted if they win today's match.
Yeah.
Doubles is fantastic in that anything can happen. But with Tim and Cam, one of the things you notice about them is even when they're not playing that well, they're still relatively solid. They don't get in big holes too often.
No, indeed. And I think something we saw yesterday, obviously Cam's had a big layoff over the last 6 months and not really played much competitive tennis, and he certainly improved throughout the match yesterday and got sharper and sharper. I think those 4 sets will do him wonders, and I think he'll come out firing today. So I think we're just about all ready to go here. Players are all warmed up.
So, Al, just while we're filling a bit of time here, any comments about fist bump gate?
Fist bump gate, yes. Cone started a controversy yesterday in his dislike of the fist bump in any circumstances. Didn't even like the high fives.
He's not a high five fan.
He's no acknowledgement between players other than good shot. He doesn't doesn't support the fist bump or the high five, but we received overwhelming feedback on the YouTube channel and even discussing it after the match yesterday. And Cone has decided he needs to move with the times.
He's going to... Is he moving to the Leighton Hewitt, come on, forward point thing?
That would be a turn up for the books if we got that at Cone, but...
Getting him on court would be the turn up for the books.
Indeed. Indeed. So who do you think will be the serve and return combination?
Day 2, the World Doubles Championship Final. 5th sets.
Well, I'm going to call it Tim.
Tim Chisholm to
I'm
serve.
sure he was holding a ball.
Good luck, gentlemen.
And look, there we go, having Rob to receive. And away we go.
Hazard half a yard worse than 2.
Because Tim straight back into the high serve that was so effective yesterday, and something we really noted in the commentary
15,
yesterday.
Love.
First fist bump there, Al.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be keeping stats on that.
Once Tim served, he stays standing at a yard worse second gallery, which really forced Rob to change his shot. He couldn't hit his normal cross-court volley return of serve, and was forced down the line, and I think really impacted his return of serve. Nice
30, Love.
confident early force there from Rob.
$40 Love, Hazard, half a yard worse than 2.
Really notice in doubles it does take combinations, you know, a little bit of time to build up the intensity of the match.
Yeah, I think noticed that yesterday too, even in the first set. You know, spent the first few games really kind of just feeling each other out. Not tentative tennis, but certainly not sort of the fast-paced volleying action we saw later in the match.
Yeah, you watch Rob's forces there, and you know, I wouldn't want to be standing
40
in
Love,
front of them,
servers
but
lead.
think you'd have another 30,
Hazard chase,
40%
half
on
a
that
yard worse than 2.
if
Hazard
you wanted to.
chase. Oh,
And Rob straight into the high serves as well. I think certainly that's the prevailing tactic of serving today.
$15.40. Bolt. Better than 3. 15.40.
It's always struck me about Tim Chisholm's game is how beautifully compact he is. It's just the economy of movement has always been a real feature of his game. Incredibly compact and incredibly powerful at the same time.
40-15 receivers. Better than 3. Lost the chase. 30-40. Chase the second gallery. 30-40.
I think something that was very noticeable in the game yesterday was certainly, as ever, being at the service end was a huge advantage, and saw both pairs, particularly Rob and Tim, really going for the galleries just to get that chase early on in a rest. No qualms about putting it in there just to make sure they get
40-30. Servers lead. Chases the second gallery.
up to the service end.
Fault.
Oh, first attempt at a railroad.
Yeah.
Brave. Play brave.
Game. 1 game to love, 5th set.
Good start for the Australians. What do you think of that left-handed, double-handed
15 love.
swat drive, Al? Seen that before?
Once or twice. Once or twice. Shot you've been working on for quite a long time there, Fahey.
15 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't quite hit it as well as Cam.
Last gallery, 15 love. $15 all. Last gallery twice, 15 all.
Yeah, we saw Nick serve railroads exclusively to Cam yesterday. I think particularly in Hobart where the railroad is such a good serve to serve, but also obviously serving to the lefty, you want to restrict him as much as possible. So I expect Nick to predominantly serve railroads again today.
You noticed there on the replay that first railroad, I didn't give him much. And, you know,
15 all, last gallery. Last gallery. $30-15, last gallery. $30 all. Time.
Already noticing a mixture of fist pumps and high fives from Rob and Nick.
Are you keeping score still?
I lost track already.
Great touch volley there from Rob.
Beautiful shot.
40-30.
Looked a bit high, that one. I think Tim thought that too.
Game, 2 games to love. 2 love, 5th set.
Definitely the start Nick and Rob would have wanted, getting off to an early lead in this set.
$15 love.
Really good controlled aggression there from
30
Rob.
love.
Yeah, it looked like you barely hit that one, but came back at a big pace.
Last gallery. 30 love.
Now get out of jail on the missed main all dead on into last there. Twice.
Last gallery twice. 30 love.
Some people might have called that a loose shot from Rob, but clearly that's showing his experience on the court.
Yeah, definitely early tactic there from Rob.
That rally showed one of the features of Nick's game. Those sort of knee-high volleys that most players
30 love, service lead. Chase the last gallery.
Those low volleys most players that tend to hit relatively defensively, he really drives hard.
Yeah, Nick's excellent on that shot. I've seen him play a lot of forces from that level, particularly ones coming off the tamara. It goes across him and he
15-30.
Has that straight drive, which
Chase the last gallery.
is just a fantastic shot.
40, 15.
Lucky there for Nick. Great little get out of the forehand corner just
30,
before.
40.
Pretty sharp early on, the Australians. They've been hitting their targets. A couple of grills, a few dead-ons already.
Deuce.
That big boast is something we saw Rob do a bit of towards the end of the match yesterday. Trying to break up the rhythm, think a little bit, and move the Americans around. Didn't quite get that one, a little bit short than he would have wanted.
It's a very effective shot in Hobart. Court was built in 1875. I'm sure you might recall that.
I'm familiar with that, yeah.
So it's made of stone. So there's some significant natural variation. And the pace these guys hit the ball, any minor
Game, 1 game to 2.
Any minor deviation.
1-2, 5th set.
Very difficult to adjust.
Yeah, indeed. Rob and Nick up 45-15 that game. And lost 6 points in a row to go back down to 1-2.
Yeah, 3 love, you've got a real stranglehold on the set, don't you?
Yeah.
Hazard worse than the door. Love all. Oh!
Brett struggling with his tees there.
Love. Oh! $30. Love.
There's a better shot in the match today, Al.
40 love hazard, worse than the door.
We're in for a treat. That was just a fantastic half volley there from Nick.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Nice cricket on drive over the infield.
Yeah.
Be very happy with that. Puts them up to 40 love here. With points, several points to go to 3-1.
40 love receivers.
Quite apparent early today that
Love receivers hazard, worse than the door, hazard chase.
there's no single player presenting as a dominant force.
No. And it very similar to what happened yesterday. Really didn't see any player
15-40.
dominate the match. I think the closest we probably got was Tim serving through the sort of second set, really, when he was serving tight across the back wall. But certainly during any of the rests, we haven't seen any player take a stranglehold, and I think that just comes down to the evenness of the 4 players on court and just how well they're playing.
Game, 3 games to 1. 3-1, 5th set. There's the second gallery. Love all.
I think too at this point we'll say hello to everybody that is joining us on the live streaming today. So now we have people from USA and from England joining in. So hello and welcome. We do encourage your comments in the YouTube channel. Had some good interaction with people yesterday. Had Nick's brother Benny joining us from Bangladesh. He's playing cricket there, so
15, love.
fantastic that we can show this sport right around the world.
So it's the second gallery twice, 15, love.
In the absence of a really obvious tactic that's making a difference in this match, I really feel that the points, the games and the sets are going to be decided by those little unforced errors or shot on the penthouse in the middle of those rallies, because both teams, when
15, love, servers lead. Chase the second gallery.
when they're getting into a rally, they're long rallies.
Second gallery. Dirty love. Chase the second gallery.
No, I totally agree, and I think that was what the difference was yesterday. Just errors or
40, love.
lucky breaks at crucial times really kind of led to those outcomes in those sets. It really wasn't a lot in it.
Good pace from Cameron there.
15, 40. Game, 4 games to 1, 4-1, fifth set.
Oh, great start here from Nick and Rob. They've looked really confident, really sharp.
Consistent.
Yeah, early on, yeah, haven't seen many errors from either of them at this point. And
15, love.
we'll be very happy with the start they've made.
So do you think from yesterday
Oh,
they've come out with the attitude that they weren't far off it, not to change anything too much?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
oh. 30, love. Fifteen, 30. No chases. 30 all. Hazard the door. 30 all. Out of court. 40-30, hazard the door.
Great pace there from Tim on that straight force. Really didn't leave Nick a lot of options other than what he had there.
A very disciplined pair around ensuring that as much as possible.
40-30, servers lead. Hazard chase the door, hazard chase.
They prioritise forehands.
Yeah.
Oh,
And obviously, you know, it's a big strength of the American pair that, you know, they can have forehands on both sides as a lefty and righty combination, and certainly used that to great effect yesterday.
Time, please. Deuce. Caught. Advantage. Receivers.
Keeping pretty good pace this morning, I think. Nick and Rob. Really forcing it into Tim and Cam. Got a really good speed so far today.
Deuce.
Looks very controlled aggression.
Yes, Cam.
Time, please. Advantage. Servers.
Talked quite a lot throughout the coverage, and different commentators have talked about the angle of the timber here in Hobart obviously being a slightly different angle than a lot of courts around the world, and you just see there, you know, what happened to Nick. Really got jammed on the back wall from the angle.
Stroke. Game. 2 games to 4. 2-4, 5th set. Love.
Just sense that Cam and Tim have steadied a little bit here. Nick's just did a couple on the
30,
penthouse, perhaps he wasn't
love.
5 minutes ago.
And again, it comes back to comment about just these subtle little differences. A couple of little shots just can make all the difference. These guys are really playing at such a high level
Out of court.
that it doesn't take much to drop off in level at all.
15-30. Chase the second gallery.
Good tennis all round there.
Yeah.
15-30.
Good move by Nick. I think they want to be back up the service end, certainly where they're able to dominate play.
Has a chase the second gallery. 2 chases, 15-30.
So for people that haven't played on the Hobart court, you might notice the penthouse is quite flat compared to most places, which you might think would make it very easy to return from. But it's actually the original boards from 1875 are still up there, including a couple of nails that refuse to stay nailed down. So there's a significant amount of inconsistency in the bounce, which can make what looks like an innocuous serve feel like a grenade when you're down the receiver's
Yeah, that's
end.
right. And very
30-15 receivers. Chase the second gallery.
very grippy penthouse too, with it being painted. So, you know, it really takes the spin, which can add to the variation as it comes off in different ways there too.
(40-15) hazard chase, second gallery. (30-40)
Great serve there from Rob, drawing the arrow from Tim.
Game 3 games to 4, 3-4, 5th set.
Good effort there from Rob.
Yeah,
15, love.
Got a shock and bounce there, and the ball dropping down by the wall, but almost a great effort to keep that one in.
Last gallery. 15,
Classic
love.
doubles rally there.
Yeah, and great tennis from all 4 players there.
$30, love.
I think Tim and Cam definitely know they're on a bit of a roll here. Really enjoying their points at the moment, I think.
15, 30.
If they can get back to 4-all here, I think they'll be feeling pretty good about this set, but really a critical game, I think.
$30 all. There's a chase to second gallery. Last gallery has a chase, second gallery, 30 all.
Rice mail by Cam there.
Yeah.
Do you remember our match in this tournament, Al, where I was standing up in front of the winning gallery and you might have suggested that was pretty stupid. And I said, don't worry, Steve and Chris are looking after us there.
Yeah. I think you made the comment that they would never hit it through us if we stood up, and then
Fast forward 2 points in a row, I nearly got killed twice.
You did, yeah.
Great fun.
Yeah, I'll remember that in future about following your advice.
30 all. Last gallery. Lost the chase. 40-30.
Tough ball there for Nick.
Has a chase, second gallery. Has a
Looked like
chase.
it was going high.
Probably would have just snuck over, but
Game, 4 games all.
Huge
4
game
all,
here.
5th sets.
Australian boys would have felt they've had the best of this set and suddenly it's 4-all.
yeah. Yeah, been a real momentum shift, I think, the last couple of games. Tim and Cam are looking more confident and hitting some good balls.
15 love. Go. 15 all.
Tough timber. Very tough timber.
Oh.
30, 15.
Great pace there from Rob.
30 all. Time.
Definitely hitting that with more oomph than the start of the match.
Yeah, for sure.
There's 5 and 6.
Good patience.
5 and 6, 30 all.
Fantastic defence.
Yeah, great shot there from Rob down the corridor of uncertainty, as we were discussing yesterday.
I thought it was the alley of anxiety.
Very good shot in doubles. Tough to do too against Tim and Cam, who are both so good at covering the court in combination. Big play there from Howell.
40-30, 5 and 6 all outs.
Definitely a must-win game for the Australians here, and Rob really stood up last couple of points there and put him in a fairly good position here at 40-30 with a chase about 5 and 6.
Really noticeable the discipline these guys play. They hit a force. As a good ball comes back with some brilliant defence, and then next ball, the temptation for us mere mortals is to hit that next one harder, and these guys are really disciplined about not overhitting that next ball.
Yeah, no, superb patience from all of them.
Continuing, just be asking the question.
Yeah.
40-30. 40-30, servers lead. Chase 5 and 6.
And often really content just to hit that sort of reset shot almost, like, you know, just get it at a good angle, get themselves back in the point, and then attack again from there. Great scramble there from Nick.
Game 5 games to 4, 5th set.
Great play there from the Australians. Really well put together rest.
Time, please. Time. 15 love.
A query about fist pumps from the interwebs, Al. I think we've probably had a couple of fist pumps and mainly high and low fives.
I think so, yeah. And certainly it's very much team fist bump versus team high five.
Yeah.
Love.
Nope.
15-30.
Rob wasn't entirely happy with his lob there, but it's something you see a lot, particularly at that backhand corner with the player
15-13.
in front of the tambour. You see these players play that a lot, that sort of slow lob, really getting it into the corner.
Seven 3. 15-30. $40-15, better than 3.
You can tell from Rob's frustration there from that one that got the band-aid just how important this game is and being in front, and really didn't want to give up a chase there. We'll be happy to be 40-15 up going down the other end, but certainly did not want to lose the service end. And here they have 2 set points to get on the board early in this second day.
40-15, receivers lead. Chase better than 3.
Casual as.
And Nick didn't do a lot wrong there.
30-40.
Pretty solid volley return of serve, and Tim's just there waiting for it and casually into the winning gallery. Makes those things look very, very simple, which really they are not.
30-40.
Great rest of Tellings.
It's all good.
First bit of emotion
Yes.
from Cam.
Yeah, huge point.
Time.
Huge point at set point down. Tim's volley there just sneaking in, hitting the top of the tambo. Oh, superb get from Nick.
That's all. Advantage, receivers.
Can tell the tension out there, the players questioning Brett a couple of times there on points, just the importance of the points. And there we have it.
Game in the fifth set, 6 games to 4.
Stay the same?
Yeah,
Sixth set, love all.
great set of tennis there from Nick and Rob.
Worse than the second gallery.
A lot of courage in that.
Love all.
Got headed. Very frustrating letting the ball
15,
go in the
love.
grill in doubles.
When you're standing right there, yeah.
Yep, smallest grill in the world.
Perhaps
It's still mesmerising standing in front of it.
one of the worst feelings you can have when you're right there.
$15 all.
Commonly hear the one job phrase.
Faults. Stroke. 30-15.
And really in that first set, again, not a lot in it. You know, both pairings had periods of momentum when they won a few games in a row and
40-15, worse than the second gallery.
slightly more in the ascendancy. But again, nothing you can really point to that sort of shows why the result's going one way or the other than just like you said, that consistency in key moments has played out.
I think the second last point, Nick had hit a high penthouse drive. Tim had a kill shot at the front of the net.
Yeah.
My guess is if he gets another one of those,
40-15, servers lead, worse than the second gallery.
look out.
Yeah.
He played a beautiful shot. They had no right to get it back, but they did.
Game. 1 game to love, 6th set.
I think they hit 2 shots in a row, the Australians here. They had no right to get back.
Yeah.
At a critical point in the game.
$15 love.
I think the other tactic that Rob used yesterday, and you've seen him use it today too, you just saw him serve the pound to Tim, and I think something he did later in the game yesterday
30
was
love.
vary his serve a little bit. Tim definitely got in a groove through the second and third set there on Rob's return to serve, and as he started to mix it up, it just drew a couple of errors from Tim as Rob just mixed it up a little bit, and we're seeing that again today.
Chase, better than 4.
See
30 love.
You see a lot of serving at this level that at a glance looks a little bit loose.
40 love, better than 4.
But these guys, they're going to get most serves back with interest.
Yeah.
So a serve that can, even if it doesn't look tight in terms of hitting a low back wall or with severe spin. If it can have a player a little bit off balance, that's what they're looking for, because they're expecting it to come back.
Yeah.
I think that's the theory behind when you see these middle of the court sidewall railroads now, that's trying to get the returner to be backing away as they hit the ball rather than transferring the weight forward.
40 love, servers lead. Chase better than 4. Better than 4. Out of court. 1 game all. 6 set, 1 all. Is that ball all right up there, guys? One game all. Second gallery, love all. Second gallery twice, love all.
Still couldn't tell you the dominant player in the game.
No, there's not. They're all playing to a really high level at the moment, and none of them are dominant. I think something Rob and Nick have done really well today is they haven't stayed at the receiving end for very long. Every time they've gone down, they've got back up the service end pretty quickly. I think that was probably a pretty crucial factor in that.
Love all, second gallery. Second gallery. Court.
Bit of a loose serve there from Rob.
Yeah.
15 love. Second gallery.
Seemed a bit frustrated with himself too.
$15 all.
Deploying, how do you call that, the Philadelphia Pound or the African hunting dog?
Well, I think there's only one man in the world that calls it the African hunting dog, but yes, I'm a bit of a traditionalist like that, Pete.
How's it better than 2? 15 all.
Fresh paint that was placed on the court just before the tournament actually makes that serve a very effective serve.
30, 15.
Fresh paint ball, extra grippy, really kicks off that back wall there. And Tim got caught, did very well to actually get it back.
Has a bet on the door. 2 chases, 30-15.
Again, with the Hobart, the variation in the penthouse, very difficult to read that. You'll see there. Tim got forced into playing quite a low drive volley there.
Yeah.
30-15. Servers lead. Hazard chase better than 2. Hazard chase.
So almost identical serve could have him hitting a ball above his head.
$30 all. Hazard chase better than the door. Chase.
Cam enjoyed that. Just showing his athleticism,
40-30.
pace around the court.
I think, you know, from Cam's comments yesterday, I think he's pretty happy when he can do that stuff around the court at the moment. After his layoff, he's really feeling those sort of rests, and yeah, I think particularly happy there to play a big point where he did a lot of running.
And the game, 2-1. 2-1, sixth set.
Oh, fist bump.
Always an interesting point, I think, early on in a set after having played a really tight last set. You know, sort of what mentally happens with the players and almost start feeling each other out again like it's the beginning of the match because, you know, even seen it in these first few games. Both pairings have been a little bit up and down, a couple of errors from both and some really great shots.
15 love.
And I think too, we were talking about it yesterday, you see it there with Tim and Cam, they're really comfortable and happy with each other. Even when, you know, they're under pressure, they're having a good time. And I think that counts a lot for them.
And I think that's
15 all.
It's just a sign of how well they know each other, each other's games, their psyche. I know.
Time, please. 30-15.
I know Tim really works on making sure Camden's enjoying himself and is relaxed out there.
Yeah. Great running from Cam.
40-15.
That was a fist bump with purpose, that one.
Yeah, really stepping up the fist bumping.
Game. 3-1. 3-1 sixth set.
Crucial game here.
Chase the first gallery.
The wry smile from Tim as he
Love all.
tossed the coin, running out to the centre of the court. Rob just slots it in behind him.
Australians will be happy with that. With the chase, they need to break up the momentum here a little bit. The Americans have been on a roll.
15 love. Go. $30 love.
It was very well played by the Australians and absorbed a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and that last shot of Rob's, you see him do it in that corner a lot. That sort of all wristy forehand roll, main or dead on shot, super impressive. The strength he has to be able to do that. Great length from Cam.
15-30. Ball up. 30 all.
Definitely feel like Camden's much more in control of the points than he was in the first set.
Yeah, and he's moving around the court a lot more too.
Yeah.
40-30. First gallery.
So with the fitness these men have, do you think any of them are a bit sore from yesterday or the week's tennis?
I think you've got to be a little bit, no matter how fit you are. I think, you know, I played 4 very tight sets of tennis.
40-30, servers lead. Chase the first gallery.
Particularly Rob and Nick, you know, played a massive semi-final on Thursday night.
First gallery.
Is that 4 hours? 3.5?
Yeah, it was pretty close, 3.5, I think.
Lucky there.
Deuce.
Nick going for the grill.
Yeah, did not miss it by much there. But a big risk here in Hobart.
Oh, nice. Maybe let's pick up.
Well done by Rob.
Great.
Advantage, servers. Deuce.
Very disappointed in himself there.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Oh.
Advantage, receivers.
So it's working very well for him, forcing Tim into some loose returns.
Out of court. Game, 4 games to 1. 4-1, sixth set. Oh!
Tim and Cam in a pretty strong position here now, obviously at 4-1 up in their 6th set.
Worse than 2. Love all. Door. Worse than 2 in the door. Love all.
This is a tough game. Some really tight shots there. Rob getting a nice shot on the wall there. Couldn't do much with it. Tim, half an opportunity. Bang, gallery chase.
Yeah, takes that.
Rob shot there.
Love all.
Desperately wanting.
Worse than 2.
Desperately wanting that just go down on the line, hit the timbre again.
Sensible play there from Cam. Just putting that evil in the
very
hazard.
well
15
played.
love.
Very calm.
Chase the door.
Great shot. Good follow-up.
15 all. Second gallery. 15 all. $30, 15. better than 3. Second gallery better than 3. 30-15.
Assume Tim just misread that. He sort of gave up on that shot at
He
the
was
last second.
sort of there, and then just pulled out of it the last of the minute. I think maybe just didn't quite get the bounce he wanted.
Big issues being discussed in the dead on, sounds like, Al.
Yeah, as ever.
30-15, receivers lead. Chase the second gallery. On the chase.
Nicely done. Great touch there from Nick.
30 all. Better than 3.
That's incredible composure.
Chase off. 30 all.
Felt just better than 3.
Yeah, just snuck over the line. Great call there from Brett.
Line. 40-30. Line. No.
What do you think, Al?
Brett's called it on the line there. Very confident in his call.
See what the replay says.
Better than 2. 40-30.
Brady on the money.
I think he's right. He's right.
No.
Here we go. Super slow-mo. Let's see what happens. Just over the line.
Looks like it to me.
40-30. Servers lead. Chase better than 2.
Beautiful camera work.
Game 5 games to 1.
Stranglehold on the match now.
Very.
5-1 sixth set. Chase the last gallery.
Get the feeling that camera
Bubble.
a bit more accurate than the ball tracker at the cricket.
It's a big call. There's a lot of technology involved in ball tracker. You're not a believer in the ball tracker?
I think Duff TV have got them covered, mate, comfortably.
Ball tracking probably not meaning a lot to our American
15 love.
American viewers, but
They can look it up. Another miss on the world's smallest grill. Nothing. Cannon very happy with that point. So he should be.
30 love.
just 2 points away now from defending their title.
Last gallery and the second gallery. 30 love.
So should they take out this match, this will be Tim's 4th World Championship doubles.
It's an incredible effort, really.
Camden's 3rd, of course. Tim and Julian Snow won the first ever World Doubles Championship at the Burrows Club in 2001.
30 love receivers. Chase the last gallery. $15.30. Chase the second gallery. 30 all.
Both Tim and Cam had winning in their eyes there, I think. Both
Yeah.
going for the big shots and into the net.
40, 30.
And just see there, Tim, just slightly slower on the pace. Drew out that shot from Nickki.
Very keen to get that one back.
Yeah, yeah.
Worse than a yard, 40, 30.
So coming up the service end now with championship point.
Interestingly, I think that serve Rob's deploying is probably the closest thing to a tactical win we've had in the match.
Yeah. I think
but-
other than Tim's high serves early in the match yesterday, I think you're right. Rob's serving's been really good to Tim today.
40, 30, servers lead. Chase, worse than a yard.
Wow.
Championship point down. 4 shots on target into the dead on, and Nick saves the point with a let cord dead on. Oh. Unlucky there for Nick.
Advantage, servers.
Getting caught off the timber there. And again, championship point.
Green gallery.
Great shot. As a chase. Did you hear that, Graham? Graham, did you hear what he called?
Perhaps slightly
Nick?
early call
Has
there
it
from the dead on about the great shot there from Tim. Probably Tim probably not looking at the hazard as the greatest shot ever, but still I think they'll be pretty confident going the receivers.
Advantage receivers. Hazard chase, 2 yards. Hazard chase.
Championship point with a hazard chase. Rob sticking with the pound.
Bolt.
Pretty happy with the fold, I reckon, at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, he did not want that one going in and opening up the galleries on a hazard chase. A great serve.
Change up.
Great length on his demi there.
Serving that very close
Deuce.
to the service ball. Interesting.
Yeah, didn't want it to come out very far, I don't
Bolt.
think. Australians have now defended, I think, 3 championship points. As the Americans bring up another one.
Advantage receivers. Chase worse than 3. Advantage.
Good serving again from Rob this game.
Grab some balls, please, guys.
Might be the first one of those serves Tim's left to the back wall.
Yeah, I think so.
It's always a funny thing with a player serving well. Their opponent always just feeling more, perhaps, that they're just not returning very well.
Yeah.
Temptation is to probably be critical of yourself rather than give credit to your opponent.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, with Tim and Cam with championship points here, please stay with us. After the end of the match, there will be a presentation out on court, continuing to be streamed by Duff TV here in Hobart. So do stay with us for that when this match does reach its conclusion, which could be very, very soon.
Advantage servers.
Are they
Worse than 3.
available for weddings and bar mitzvahs?
Absolutely. Not sure there's a lot of bar mitzvahs in Hobart, but I'm sure they're available. And there it is.
Game, set, match.
Delighted.
6-4, 6-5, 6-5, 6-1, 4-6, 6-1. Well played, gentlemen.
Really a thoroughly comprehensive win there from Tim and Cam, and congratulations to Rob and Nick too. They played very well. So please join us for a presentation out on court. I will leave you with Pete Boyles to give his closing thoughts as we set up for the presentation.
Thanks, Al. So off to do some formalities, I believe. Reflections on today's play. A lot of respect given by both teams, desperate not to make unforced errors, and really you could see the ebb and flow of the match through the infrequent unforced errors. You know, that occasional drive or return to serve into the net, the occasional shot into the penthouse. At this level, just really changes that momentum. Tim calling home, no doubt, back to the family. I'm reliably informed have been delighted by his photographs of the harbour of Hobart and the mountain, and the temperature gauge. I'm sure he's claiming that it's been very hard work and he's been miserable the whole time. Sure, Tim's waving to me then. Should be all to the viewers back in the US. Just check what time it is back for you guys over there. Pretty sure it'd be pretty late. 20 past 10, not too bad. Match was impeccably marked by the Hobart head professional, Brett McFarlane. And as you would have seen on that replay, beautiful call, supported by the super slow-mo. So, just before we start the formal presentation, I'd like to say goodbye to our viewers, locally and internationally. Thank you for your support through the tournament. It's a great pleasure for us to be able to live stream our wonderful sport from Hobart, and we'll speak to you soon.
gentlemen, we've been treated to a feast of tennis the last week, culminating in the last 2 days being the final of the World Real Tennis Championship. Played over 2 days, and for those that didn't get all the scores, because they were talking while Brett was trying to read them out, I'll just repeat them. So on the first day, it went 6-4, 6-5, 6-5, 6-1. And for those that were here yesterday, those 2 middle sets, I think it's fair to say, were really the linchpin of the whole championship. They could have gone either way. Both sides had several set points before they managed to clinch the set that they won. But at the end of day one, it was 4 sets to love to the champions. On the second day, the challengers came out fighting and they managed to get the first set, but then the champions showed why they are the champions in the last set, and they won that 6-1. So I'd like to hand over now to the Hobart Real Tennis President, Andrew Bruff. We need to go through a few presentations before we get to the final presentation being the World Doubles Championship. So if you could just bear with us, and we'll go through all the other little tournaments that were played amongst this, which really go to make up such a great tournament week as this was. Andrew Bruff.
Thanks, Graham, for the introduction there. Thank you all for attending over the days of the championship. I think you'll all agree we've been treated to some wonderful tennis. Thank you to the pros once again for travelling all the way to Hobart and to demonstrate their skill. It's been absolutely fantastic. Again, these events don't happen without money, and thanks to our sponsors, Hexagon, Veris, Bendigo Bank, Newtown Station Nursery, John Ramsay and Associates, Asahi and Clemens Hills. Some thanks to our professionals that marked during the week, Brett McFarlane, Barry Totes, Isabel Candy and James Greenley. Thanks very much for that. We've had some wonderful streaming of this event, and we'd like to thank Duff TV, which has been a fabulous streaming event and world class. Thanks Duff TV and Martin Duff. We had a Pro-Am event, and thanks to the pros for participating in that, and we've got a few winners. So we'd like to invite the amateur players to come up, and the runner-up is John Herbert. We've got a bottle of Clemens Hill. This is the sponsor's product. Well done, John. And the winner is Nick Stenning. Well done, Nick. So, Nick, your professional partner was Graham Highland, and John Andrew Fowler teamed up with you. Congratulations. We've had a round-robin World Doubles event which has helped fund this World Cup. The runners-up will be determined after the presentation, but the winners are Justin Legg and Tom McCauley. And now to the main event, the presentation of the World Doubles Championship. The runners-up, Rob Faye and Nickki, Howell, if you'd like to say some words perhaps, as runners-up. Yep, you'd like to come forward, Rob? And Nick?
Thank you, everybody. Just a few quick thank yous, of course, to ARTA and the Hobart Tennis Club. Absolutely brilliant job this week. The whole thing went kind of seamlessly, brilliantly, so congratulations to everybody involved. Huge thanks to my partner, who pulled us through a big semi-final and almost kept us alive yesterday in a pretty tight day. But most of all, congratulations to worthy champions, Team USA. Too good, basically. And Tim, I think you've probably seen the best doubles player of all time. You just can't get a ball past him. And he's got Cam scampering around behind him, missing everything. And so they're a pretty solid pair together. So congratulations, boys. Way too good and very well deserved.
And your defending world champions, Camden Riviere and Tim Chisholm. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Tim.
Can we say some words as well? So for those of you who had attended the dinner last night, you had the unfortunate Tim Chism speech, so I'm going to talk today. Most of the thank yous have already been done. I want to do a few more. I want to thank everybody that housed the players this week and participated and came out. It's so nice to play in front of a nice big crowd and to have the support that we've had this week. We play this game for love. We love to be out here. We love to compete. And most of all, we love to have you guys here with us, cheering and being a part of the event. So we really appreciate that. Mostly, I want to say thank you to my partner. He's absolutely amazing. No matter what's going on, he always finds a way to come out here and surprise me every time we play. And, hopefully he'll keep playing with me. But, Tim, I don't know how you do it, man. Just keep doing it. But seriously, thank you all very much. And Hobart, thank you very much. I hope we can come back very, very soon.
I need to say a very big thank you to my host, Warren and Penny. Thank you very much for putting up with me all week. We got to go to 2020, which Americans don't see much cricket, so they took us to 2020 on Friday. Rob and Nickki, a blast. This event's been going on since 2001. I think Rob's been in every final except for the first one. So obviously, best player of all time. He shows it all the time. So it's always fun playing against you. Nickki, a blast. It was very, very good. Most importantly to me, I gotta say thanks to my family. So they still support me playing. Samantha Chisholm, thank you. Dawson Chisholm, Ellie, and Darce, thank you guys. Love you.
Thanks for your attendance today.
already.
Great touch volley there from Rob.
Beautiful shot.
Twice.
Last gallery twice, 30 love. Love.
If there's a better shot,
40. Game.
Keeping pretty good pace this morning, I think. Nick and Rob. Really forcing it into Tim and Cam. Got a really good speed so far today.
Last
Classic
gallery, 15
Classic
love.
Oh. Great scramble there from Nick.
Game 5 games to 4, fifth set.
Great play there from the Australians. Really well put together rest. The Tammy, you see these players play that a lot, that sort of slow lob, really getting it into the corner.
Get him 3. 15-30. Chase better than 3.
just casual as.
And Nick. Great rest of talents. Huge point.
Time.
Huge point at set point down. Tim's volley there just sneaking in, hitting the top of the timber. Oh, superb get from... tell the tension out there, the players questioning Brett a couple of times there on points, just the importance of the points.
Game in the fifth set, 6 games to 4.
Stay the same?
Yeah.
Sixth set, love all.
Great set of tennis there from Nick and Rob.
They had no right to get back.
Yeah.
At a critical point in the game.
Is that ball all right up there, guys? Chase.
And I think too, we were talking about it yesterday, you see it there with Tim and Cam, they're really comfortable and happy with each other. Even when, you know, they're under pressure, they're having a good time. And I think that counts a lot for them. Oh, great running from Cam. All wristy forehand roll, main or down on shot, super impressive. The strength he has to be able to do that. Great length from Cam. 3.5, I think.
Deuce.
Nick going for the grill.
Yeah, did not miss it by much there. But a big risk here in Hobart.
Oh, nice. Maybe let's pick up.
Well done by Rob.
Great.
Deuce.
Very disappointed in himself there.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Oh.
Technology involved in ball tracker. You're not a believer in the ball tracker?
I think Duff TV have got him covered, mate, comfortably.
Ball tracking probably not meaning a lot to our American.
15, love.
Another miss on the world's smallest grill. Nothing.
Championship point down. Australians have now defended, I think, 3 championship points. As the Americans bring up another one.
Are they
Worse than 3.
available for weddings and bar mitzvahs?
Absolutely. Not sure there's a lot of bar mitzvahs in Hobart, but I'm sure they're available. And there it is.
Game, set, match.
Delighted.
6-4, 6-5, 6-5, 6-1, 4-6, 6-1. Well played, gentlemen.
Really a thoroughly...